What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And as you can see here, we're finally carving another sign. Now, it's been almost exactly 2 years since I've carved a sign. Matter of fact, my last sign posted was May 7th, 2024, which ironically was a Michigan football national championship logo. As you can see, I thought it was kind of fitting. Hop back into it with the recent men's basketball national championship. So, as I said, first sign in 2 years, and let's just say it did not go well, and you can tell it's been 2 years. So with that, let's start rolling the video, and there'll be moments to it. I'll kind of walk you through where I messed up, and everything didn't go the way it should have. But right here, you can already tell I'm kind of hesitant. I'm like, oh, and then starting off with this straight line, which straight lines are always difficult to begin with. And as you can see, sitting right in the middle of the thing, there was a literal bug that was sitting in my router, because that's how long I've picked up the damn thing. Also, one thing I want to note out, if you look at this board, this is the wrong kind of board to do a sign for the first time in 2 years. As you can see, literally every quarter inch, half inch, there's wood grain, which when you're trying to do a sign with a lot of detail like this is not good, because every time you're hitting one of those wood grains, the router wants to shift on you, and when they're so close together and it's your first time carving a sign in 2 years, that spells disaster already, which you can already tell if you look close enough. It's already a wobbly line. Already not starting out so good. Like I said, bad choice of wood to come back after 2 years. Messed up right there already. This is just the beginning, and there's a lot more to follow. But I had to step back in it somehow. What better way to do it with the Michigan National Championship logo? Still, you could just see all the router shifting every time you hit one of those grains. And I'm so slow and hesitant. Usually I would go a lot faster. Ooh, hit another grain right there. And usually I'm a little bit faster. Not a lot faster, a little bit faster running through this, but it's been a while. Get back on the old horse. Now we'll just speed it up for the majority of the carving here. Obviously, we're not going to sit through. The sign took about 3 hours total to carve everything out, so we'll speed it up till we get to the paint part, and then when we get to the paint part, I got a lot of other mistakes or not up to my liking stuff that happened there. So if you're interested in the bits I use for the first part where you go around just the letters and the outside, I use a fine detail bit to get in between the letters, and then just to take out the big chunks of stuff right here, I'm using a spiral upcut bit, flat. They come in many different sizes. You can use whatever one that your project will take. Obviously, you don't want to use a too bigger one when you're going around the letters. So here, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but I kind of wanted it as like a shield kind of logo type deal, so I just experimented with that. It turned out all right, but if you see right here, I don't know if you guys can notice. You guys can't really notice because there's no paint showing it yet, but there is a lot of screw ups. If you look, especially where it says men's basketball, that was a lot of those letters got screwed up, and these do not look good. You'll see it more when it gets painted, and where it says champions, that didn't come out too great either. Like I said, just a lot of screw ups that obviously normally wouldn't happen if I was carving a sign every day. And when you take 2 years off and come back to it, this is kind of what you expect. And like I said before, look at just the grain on that board. It's just insane how grainy that is. Preferably, I wasn't even thinking when I grabbed the wood, you want preferably little to none, but definitely not that much. So that was the first mistake right there. So now we're going to come over to paint, and like I reiterate once again, it's been 2 years, and what do you know, my paint has been sitting for 2 years, which I don't have a heated garage, so that means it's been 2 winters of paint freezing and unfreezing. And let me just tell you that it was separated and very liquidy on top. I tried my best to try to mix it back together, but it was chunky and it was watery, which is one thing you do not want when you're painting wood, which we'll see coming up when this background's all painted and it gets sanded off. Right now, I'm kind of rethinking my life choices right now, because I know what's going to happen, but this sign will not be for sale. This is kind of just a for me sign, so I went ahead just for video purposes, but you'll see what I'm talking about. When stuff is so wet, it's going to bleed into your carved surfaces, and you're not going to be able to sand it out, especially when it's a darker color like this, which doesn't play well when you gotta paint yellow, which doesn't cover anything, let alone a darker color. So I went ahead, just painted it all up. And you can see the blue, you could see the grain coming through, because that's how thin this paint is right now. It's just so watery. But it just so happened, my wife happened to go to the store while I was doing this, so I had her pick up a fresh thing of paint for me. So I did go back and paint it with the new paint, which kind of darkened it up a little bit, and because you could see through it right now. It's basically transparent. So that's the first tip. Never ever paint with watery paint. So here I am just coming back with the new paint, trying to just darken it up a little bit, which you can tell already from where I painted looks a lot better than the watery stuff. And sand it off. And then here's where I ran into the same problem with the yellow. My yellow, chunky, nasty, watery. And like I said, yellow already doesn't cover up the bleeding. You can't really see the bleeding on the camera right here, but you will be able to see it when I post the picture of the final product. It's all over those letters that I'm painting right now are just bleeding in, and that yellow is not covering it up. On top of that, I had to go get another yellow that's not even the same color. This is like a way lighter yellow, so when it dries, it's called sun yellow, so it's not even the maize kind of yellow that Michigan uses, so that's off. So like I said, this isn't a sign that's going to be for sale. This is just for me and video purposes, but lots of mistakes coming back after 2 years, I'll tell you that. doesn't look too bad on camera now that I'm looking at it, though. But in person, that yellow dried, and it's light. And now that the letters are painted on men's basketball, you can see they're just not perfect. They're all over the place on that. All in all, though, it was a fun sign to do, and I forgot how much fun doing this was. So, like I said, you guys, we're back, so expect a lot more. On camera, it doesn't look that bad. Honestly, it doesn't look terrible, but if you're looking at it in person, and if you stare at it long enough on this image right here, you can definitely see that this is not a perfect sign by any means. The paint job is shoddy. The carbon is shoddy. It's just bleeding. That blue bled so much, and especially the smaller letters, like where it says men's basketball and where it says champions, it bled so much right there. The yellow did not cover it up. Like I said, really can't see it in the video, but you can definitely see it when you're looking at it in person. Just a lot of crooked lines. The numbers where it says 2026 are just terrible, terrible, terrible. Not a sellable sign, like I said. This will be just, I'll hang it up in my man cave or whatever, and that'll be for me. But it's a nice sign to get back into it. Not a lot of detail, but enough detail where it got me back in the game. So like I said, you guys will be seeing a lot more from this channel from here on out. Like I said, I forgot how fun it was to do these. So, lesson learned, though. Do not get a board that has a million grain lines running all over it, especially when you're doing small letters and detail and stuff. So that's the worst way to go, especially when you're out for 2 years. But like I said, we'll be back way more often. It won't be a video every week or anything like that. Maybe once or twice a month, because I do got other projects that I'm working on that don't require videos and other stuff that I gotta do. I got a real job as well, so we'll try to get 1 or 2 videos out per month. But so with that, if you guys liked the video, like, subscribe, ring that bell so you know when I drop a new video, and tell me what you think about the sign.